Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the JaRetro YouTube channel. So today we are, of course, if you didn't read the title, which a lot of my, people apparently don't read the title, a lot of my fans. Today we're talking about Super Mario Odyssey and why I think it's great. Now, I have no access to the game currently. I'm still very hyped to get for Christmas and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, it's a pretty great game. So, before I continue, I recently got a new phone, and that lets me do things like play all of the mobile Nintendo games, Super Mario Run and stuff like that. And if you want extra updates and stuff like that, if you want, you can go to my Discord server. The link for that is in the description, and I hope you guys have a good one. So, let's get on with the video. Now, Super Mario Odyssey. The game is in vein of Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Galaxy. 64 because it's like a giant playground-esque level, and Galaxy because it apparently like funnels you into like a linear platforming section. So the idea is, it's meant to be a fusion of like the two different styles, and it's made by Yoshiaki Koizumi, who directed Super Mario 3D World, apparently. I'm mostly getting this stuff off of YouTube videos I've watched. Like I said, I don't really have access to the game, so I'm making the best of my situation. I'm actually avoiding spoilers for a goddamn Mario game. This game is so groundbreaking. So supposedly this game was made by newer Nintendo employees, not like all the old guys that keep calling the shots. And it's funny because they've come up with a lot of unique ideas, and people are saying that the Mario franchise is just going to be a retread of like what New Super Mario Bros. Gave us in terms of world variety. But no, we have gotten like, of course we've gotten like Fireland, Iceland, stuff like that, but they look very different, and like the beach area doesn't look like it's from New Super Mario Bros. It looks like a very realistic, like pristine Coral Shores beach, like even more so than New Super Mario Bros. It's sort of hard to like explain without like gameplay trailers and stuff like that, but considering that it's just very new and stuff like that, yeah, it just looks different. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't really, seen from the Mario series, yet it's still very familiar in terms of gameplay. Areas like the Cap Kingdom, Metro Kingdom, New Donk City, that place, the Mexican level, the Toast Arena, was it called? Desert World, I'm not sure. But yeah. It doesn't feel like a retread because there's a lot of different aspects and a lot of different level gimmicks. And even when they do retread it, like the Ice World, it looked like looked realistic and like really odd, like with a blizzard. You haven't really seen like a blizzard level in, I think there was one in Yoshi's Island, but even then that's a spin-off. So we haven't really had like an actual, I'm probably providing some really bad examples, honestly, but like, the world design, it looks pretty new. So, as for plots, I'm not really sure what the plot of the game is. I'm assuming it's Bowser kidnaps Peach as, the rest of it, but there seems to be like a wedding going on, and, there's also like wedding amiibos for like Mario in a tuxedo, Bowser in a tuxedo, Peach in like wedding veil and that. It actually looks pretty cool. Since when have Nintendo have ever outright suggested that like Bowser and Peach are getting married? Like, it's about time, guys. It's been 30 years since like Mario 1. Better late than never, I suppose. And it also seems like each individual world has like a little story, or at least a lot of characterization and stuff like that. The musician collecting in like New Donk City, from what I've seen, all of the ice and like Toast Arena, Cappy, the fact that Mario's hat is actually a new character called Cappy, where, it's like, if you've seen the gameplay trailers, you know what I mean, but like, Bowser in like one of the gameplay trailers, trailer 2, the E3 trailer, I'm not sure, Mario's hat actually gets crushed, and then like Cappy, as like a top hat sort of ghost looking character, like uses the fabrics in that to like make Mario a new hat that is actually him, and that's where like Mario gets the new capture ability. So you know how like in, how do I say this? I wouldn't expect most of my fan base to actually know about like the lineage of specifically the 3D Marios, but 64 didn't have many gimmicks. It had like the caps. Sunshine had the flood, Galaxy had the spin attack and the platforms, 3D Land and 3D World had its unique power-ups, the Tanuki suit and the cat suit, even though those aren't really major gimmicks. So it was mostly the constrained, like the little blocky level design for Land and World 3D. Man, there are a lot of sequels for the Mario series. Odyssey, it's the capture ability, and you can basically just like toss your cap at anything and then become that enemy. It basically circumvents the needs for power-ups, and that is an interesting design choice, considering that there are enemies specific to like specific areas, like I discussed in my Sonic review, whatever. I mean, people already are already saying that Lost World on the Wii U ripped off Mario Galaxy, and now Odyssey is ripping off Sonic Adventure, so but yeah, you can use your cap to possess enemies and get their powers. And in like one of the trailers, this was like super cool. There was a Hammer Brother with like a chef hat, and it had like pans, like frying pans to stare hammers. And in the gameplay footage, the player like actually possessed it, and then it was just like throwing hammers like a freaking machine gun, man. And to just like use the enemy's abilities in like ways they wouldn't do it. That is actually a very interesting concept, and I would love to see how they use it in later worlds and how they build on that. So let's talk aesthetics. Let's sort of structure it like a sort of review. Aesthetically, the official art actually has like you know how like Mario's hair is usually like a solid rendered like blob, and it's like sort of the illusion of hair. In like the promotional material, you can see the actual fibers, like the actual like strands of hair in his. The official art looks so good, and like in-game footage, 720p, whatever. I can't really tell the difference between 720p and 720p 60 frames per second and 1080p 60 frames per second. I can't really tell the difference. All I know is that one has a higher resolution. I couldn't really tell it from Odyssey's game footage, probably because I was mostly watching a 480 on my old phone, but I don't know. But, I mean, even if it didn't have, even if it was in, like, 480, I mean, that would be a point of contention for a lot of people, yeah, of course. But, realistically, the game still looks great. It's still a modern Mario game, and, like, aesthetically, Mario games have become very samey. Like, you know how I said, like, New Super Mario Bros., you look at the whole series and it's like the same set of worlds. You know, grassland, desert, iceland, beachland, jungle, mountaintop, cloud, Bowser level, or something like that. In U, they actually switched it up. It was like Acorn Plains and stuff like that. And like, Peach's Castle was actually the last zone, but it was taken over by Bowser, so yeah. And, but yeah, the different level themes actually, and the aesthetics actually lend itself well to the new level themes. I said that they were photorealistic, but even then, it's still a compromise between the Mario sort of style and like the actual photorealism. They actually like mix. It's a very, very unique style. And like, seriously, they managed to blend in realistic-looking humans in New Donk Sea with Mario. And it also looks so jarring because they're actually, like, taller. I mean, of course you're going to get quirkiness whenever you throw new ideas into a 30-year-old series. And admittedly, it's great when they do that, but yeah, I mean, some things are going to happen if you change too much things. Frankly, Mario doesn't do that. However, I'll get back to the audio and the gameplay right after this short break. I hope you guys are currently enjoying it, and have a good one. I've said have a good one twice in a row. I shouldn't end my segments that way. Okay, after the break, we'll be back with the audios. We'll be back with the audio presentation and the gameplay. Or at least what I'm assuming from it, at least from gameplay footage. Be sure to tune in to part 2 next time and join our Discord server.